Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning here, wherever you get your audio. I don't know, 10 platforms, maybe 12, 14 platforms for audio. You guys can get the video on just one on YouTube. We're always being brought to you by BetMGM. The offer is above me on YouTube, $10 to win $150 on any event. Use that promo code JUICE150 at BetMGM. JUICE150 new users, BetMGM.com. BetMGM app. You bet $10, you win $150 instantly when you are a new user. Promo code JUICE150. All right, so we went 1-1 yesterday. Rams -7 comes in. More on that in a second. And then the Kent State bet was not good. That was just crazy. The overs are, I think, 9-2 now in bowl games. 9-2. Unbelievable. It is offense, offense, offense. No defense. More on that here in just 1 second. We threw a flyer bet. I couldn't make my mind up with props. I mean, there were just so many players who were out. It was so difficult to handicap and quantify like what exactly was going to happen in those games last night. So, I mean, Cooper Kupp scoring a touchdown. Duh, right? He got 2. He had a big game. No shock. There was no value in that. I mean, BetMGM had a Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown at -225. Okay? Like, give me a break. So I threw a Hail Mary with Seals Jones, Ricky Seals Jones to score a touchdown at +460. That didn't hit, unfortunately, but hey, whatever. It was a quarter unit. So down like 0.3 units. So really nothing, not a lot of blood there at all. Really a 1-1 day, but 1-2 officially down like 0.3 units. So nothing to be angry about, but another losing day. So we've kind of gone Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 in a row, right? That's not what we like. So hopefully we'll turn things around here. I am not betting the NBA. The NHL just went on their COVID pause. And did you see what happened with college basketball yesterday? Did you see how many games got canceled? It's an impossible sport to bet. All sports right now are relatively impossible to bet, but we do have a bowl game. So Army versus Missouri in the Armed Forces Bowl happening in Texas. Okay, so let's talk about Army a little bit here in the post-loss to Navy. On the year, let's just look at point spread against the spread on the season. Army is a very interesting 6-6 against the spread. Missouri, 3-9. This number was 3.5 for a long time. I was about to bet it, but I was wondering, maybe it goes back down to 3, and I'd like Army -3. So I waited. Mistake. This number spiked today or yesterday. Why? Well, from all I can see, there is something going on inside of Missouri's football program that we may or may not know, but everyone big is on Army. So I told you in the Discord channel to jump on this at -6.5. So I didn't want to wait to 7. It was going to get to 7. Didn't want to wait to go over there. I wanted under 7, get 6.5. I bet this at -6.5. And here's why. Army on the road, away from home, 4-2 against the spread. Army, after games that they lose against the spread, have been pretty good. Now, they lost 3 games in a row in the middle part of the year, but they played Wake Forest and lost as 3-point dogs at home, lost by 14. They bounced back, and they won the next game against Air Force, neutral field, won by 7. This is coming off of a loss against Navy where they were 7-point favorites, and they lost by 4. Obviously, Army-Navy, throw things out, crazy game. But Missouri is 1-4 on the road against the spread, 3-9, and Missouri did get a little hot down the stretch by the end of the year with a loss by 17 as 14.5-point dogs on the road at Arkansas. Last 10, 3-7 against the number. Yeah, they were a little okay last 5, 3-2, but the numbers aren't great here for a Missouri team that really is just happy to be back in a bowl game. So look at Missouri's defense. This is all going to come down to Army's offense against Missouri's defense. Army's offense averages 30.9 points per game, 40th best in the country. Army runs the ball, like we know. Number 2 running offense in the country, 274 yards on the ground, triple option. They average 4.7 yards per rush. Missouri gives up, and get ready for this, Missouri gives up 5.3 yards per rush. They give up 223 yards per game on the ground. That's 120th in all of FBS. 5.3 yards per rush is 115th. They get run on a ton. 58% of the time, teams are running, and we know Army runs the ball 86% of the time. Now, Army can throw the ball because of their triple option. They're a little bit little more less finesse, a little freakier than Navy. 11.1 yards per completion is number one in the country for Army. 8.2 yards per completion given up for this Missouri defense. It's 102. They give up 228 yards per game. It's not really relevant here because Army only throws the ball for about 100 yards per game, but when they're passing, they're very good. They complete about 53% of their pass plays. They go and do it when it's there, and they make big plays in the passing attack. Okay? Army's angry. This is a big bowl game, okay? When you play in the Armed Forces Bowl and you're a military academy, it's a big game, okay? It's a big bowl game. You don't want to lose this. And you're playing a team from the SEC. Now, is it a good team from the SEC? No. But it's still a team from the SEC, all right? Army minus 3.5, I would have preferred. I bet it at 6.5. Half a unit. Army minus 6.5. Don't hate it all that much at 6.5. I do think they win the game by double digits, okay? And here is where I'm going with the second half unit, okay? Team total at DraftKings right now, Army over 30.5 points scored at minus 105. Let's go back to the numbers. Army is averaging, on average, 30.9 points per game. Missouri gives up 35.3 points per game on average, 112th. I don't think Missouri is going to keep this game close. In fact, but to a total of 54, I'm a little concerned. Army's defense isn't bad. Just 23 points per game given up, 27 points scored per game by Missouri. So to worry about Missouri keeping up and scoring, I don't know. And you might go, well, Missouri's got time to prepare for the triple option. Yeah, but Army's angry. And Army is going to, and they're difficult to face. I don't care who you are. If you don't stop the normal run, you're going to have a tough time stopping the Army run. Okay, Army's going to run the football, and they're going to run it all over you. 6.5 is a big number, I know. But I'm going Army minus 6.5, and I'm going Army team total over 30.5 also for a half a unit. The only way Missouri covers this number, in my opinion, is if Missouri scores a ton of points. And look, maybe they do. Maybe they can exploit some of the weaknesses that Navy exploited. Maybe they can put points up. That's fine. If a total is going to hit here, you start with Army having 30 points. And then you've got 24 points here. Basically what the line says at 54 being a total, you got 30 points from Army and 24 points for Missouri. Line is 6.5, right? So all we need is really 33 points out of Army. If we don't cover, it would be like a 33-27 type of game. So the over would come in, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Army does score 33 points, over 30 points, and I'm not so sure Missouri scores 17, okay? I think this is like a 30-17 type final. I think Army comes up with a big win. It's a big bowl game. They're angry. They're mad about losing to Navy. End the year on a high note. Win the Armed Forces Bowl with a lot of cadets and Army, military, Navy, Air Force, a lot of people in the stands watching this. This is a bowl game that maybe Missouri's like, oh gosh, okay, we're in the Armed Forces Bowl. Not for Army. They're interested. They're excited. Lay the 6.5. Army minus 6.5 and team total. Army over 30.5, both those for a half a unit for 1 unit in play. Okay, heading towards the Christmas holiday, no more NHL. NBA is just trying to get there. We'll have some plays in the NBA, but NFL football comes back on Thursday. More bowl games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of football coming at you over the next couple of days. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.